Jonny Clayton, a win here, 3-1 win. You must be delighted to get through that first round.
Yeah, it's a very nervy first round. So I was dreading my first round. Adam's obviously a great player. He did tell me that he was nervous. So I thought, if that's not to my advantage, nothing is. So I tried to take that on board and try to win a game. Luckily enough, I did.
And how do you assess your performance up there? The finishing, especially in that last set, was majestic stuff.
Yeah, the last set, but I've had many chances with 3 darts in hand and couldn't get anywhere near a double. So, you know, that's my problems at the moment. I need to sort that out. But if I can finish like I did tonight on the last set, I'll be okay.
Dom Taylor up next. What do you make of that as a matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough cookie to crack. You know, I've played against Dom a few times now on tour, so I know what he can play like. You know, he's a good dart player, but I need to concentrate on myself, nobody else. You know, if I can play my game, they've got a tough cookie to crack. So, yeah, hopefully it's going to be my year.
All the best in round 2, Jonny.
Cheers, pal.
Jonny,
Phil.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a difficult recent months in TV tournaments. How much is it a relief that you've got over the first round hurdle, having exited early in recent tournaments?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me on that. Yeah, it was great. No, you're right. What you say is right. It's it has been difficult, but it's my doubling. But tonight, it worked when it really needed to. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It's great to get over the line of the first game because it's a toughie. You know, we're all nervous up there. We're all, you know, just praying that we win that game. So tonight was my night.
Do you think now you're over that hurdle, you'll settle and we'll see the real Ferret once again?
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. You know, I know the game's there. It's just putting it together up there. So yeah, hopefully.
You know, you've tinkered with equipment a lot recently, from dart to stem. When it's not going well, are you tempted to go back to the original setup that won you everything?
Yeah, I nearly changed them for this tournament, but that's me. You know, it's in my head. It's like my scoring's good with these. It's just sorting my doubles up, like I say. So I've got to keep with them. I've got to keep with this set of darts, and hopefully they work.
The section of the draw you're in has been quite kind to you. Is that one thing you're looking at, is plotting your route through this contest?
Nah, to be honest, it's I'm not really looking at that. It's, you know, we're all up there because we can play darts. You know, there's no easy route here. So I just take it game by game and just try and concentrate on my game. You know, I don't care about anybody else. I care about myself. So I need to produce good darts, finishing, and I've got a chance here. Thanks, pal.
Jonny, congratulations on the
Thank
win. You said previously you like to fly under the radar a little bit, but as someone who is one of the highest seeds here, do you feel like there's a target on your back? Do you feel like other players are looking to play up to when they play you?
Yeah, I think there's a lot on it. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, we're all in contention of things after this. So, you know, I'd be a liar to say that I don't think of that. But, you know, I'm world number 5, 6, whatever I am, for a reason. You know, I've not won anything massive for 3 or 4 years. So I must be doing something right to be at the world number 5, 6 and not winning big tournaments. So, you know, got a smile on my face. My darts are getting back there very slowly, but hey, look out. Who knows? Maybe Jonny Clayton will win this year.
Other people who've tinkered with their equipment quite a lot have talked about it being a confidence thing. Is the confidence there for you to go as far as you can here? Is it there at this precise moment?
Oh yeah, it's there. It's there. You know, I know. You know, my game is there. You're nervous, but I'm calm in a different thing as well. When you're up there, I'm quite calm, but I'm nervous. So maybe that's a good thing, is because if you didn't care, you know, you wouldn't be nervous. So I think I'm gonna stick to what I've got and just hopefully I produce my best game. So that's what I'm gonna try and do.
Are those nerves a little less when you're perhaps playing a bigger name? Do you thrive more when you're playing a game where you know you're going to have to produce something because it's against someone who's a bigger name?
Yeah, I think that's the same for anybody. Do you know, I think when you're the underdog, maybe, or, you know, maybe the game it's not easier, but there's less pressure on it. But at the end of the day, like I say, we're up there for a reason, and, you know, I'm not a bad player when things go right.
Thanks, Professor.
Cheers, pal.
Hi, Jonny. Well done on that victory. You said that before the match, Adam told you that he was nervous. Was that a mistake on his part and maybe a little bit of an experience?
Maybe so, but it's like he was just being honest. Like Adam said, he was nervous. He came up last night because he's never been here before. He came up last night. He had a look around, and I'm taking all this in, thinking, yeah, that's good, Adam. Carry on, pal. Please tell me more. And if I don't jump on that, because he was nervous, if I don't jump on that in my advantage, well, I don't know what else I'd do. But my dance went okay. My scoring was okay, but for the first leg. But everything else seemed to be all right.
I guess as a dart player, you do need to be ruthless, and like you said, you needed to jump all over it. That sort of ruthlessness, is that something that you've always had, or have you only acquired that since you sort of rose to the very, very top of the sport?
I don't know, to be honest, because obviously when you're climbing the ladder, things are different, isn't it? I think as a player, when you're climbing the ladder, if you can, beat a big name, it's great for yourself. But when you're becoming one of those big names, things change. But no, like I say, I'm one of these. I give 110% every time. If I'm good enough, I'll win that game. If I'm not, I'll try again.
And what's harder, being the hunter or being hunted?
Being hunted, I think, definitely. Yeah, it's easier chasing than running. So yeah.
Jonny, well done tonight. Thanks very much.
Well done, Jonny.
Thank you.
Overall, are you pleased with your performance there? I mean, in the middle period, it was quite patchy, but to finish the way that you did with 3 ton plus finishes, is that giving you the confidence going forward?
Yeah, obviously it does. Yeah, obviously, it was a great way to finish a game. To take that last set with 3 ton pluses, like so. It was ups and downs. Like I say, that's nervous, and that's a good thing because it means something to you. People say I'm not a bad loser. They don't see it on stage, but fire doors hurt when you punch them in the back room. So no, I am a bad loser, but I don't show it on stage. If I wasn't, the game doesn't mean anything. But like I say, I've got a smile back on my face. I'm hungry. I want this. I know what I can do, and hopefully I can produce it.
And with plenty of exhibitions that you've been involved in the run-up to this, how key have those been in your preparation to get sharp for this?
Yeah, it's a great practice. It is a great practice, to be honest. I think I moan more than anybody about I've got to travel here, travel there. But, at the end of the day, it's great practice. It's practice for the biggest tournament of the year. So, I might moan a bit less and do a bit more next year. See.
And if there wasn't enough pressure on becoming world champion and the £1 million first prize, are certain players, including yourself, guilty of thinking what's in the coming up in February with the Premier League and having that honour of being in that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'd be a liar to say if I don't think about it. Like I said, I would, because it is my favourite tournament of all. But I think my shoulders are wide enough to respect if I'm not picked, I'm not picked. But if I can go deep into this tournament, I've got a chance, and that's all that counts. Thank you, pal.
Jonny, congratulations.
Thank you.
Your match-winning shot. What were your thoughts when the first dart went into single 5?
Well, I can't swear here, but it was the time. Why do you want to go into single 5 when you've got 100 left? But all jokes aside, I couldn't see if the double 19 was in. So, when he said game, set and match, I thought, oh, thank God for that, So it must have been in.
There have been ups and downs in that match. How were you able to produce the best in the end?
I think, when you stood behind, like Adam wasn't firing all cylinders, if he hits a low score, it's in your head to try and to jump on that score and, to attack that score. So I think that helped a little bit, if Adam wasn't hitting treble 20 for argument's sake, you try and hit 2 when he doesn't hit 1. So a low score, I was trying to jump on those low scores.
It's your 10th World Championship. Quarterfinal is the best result so far. What have you learned maybe from the last World Championships to maybe take minimum 1 step more this year?
Well, it's just concentrating on each game as it comes. You have to do that. You can only. It doesn't matter if you think that you can win the World Championships. It matters on winning the game that's in front of you, and that's what I'm trying to do. Is just concentrate on the game and the way I play that game that's in front of me. So that's my tactic for this year. Whether it works or not, I don't know, but that's what I'm going to try and do.
Last one from me. Tell me a bit about your preparing routine on a match day. Is there anything special you do always, or something you have changed in the last few months or so?
No, not at all. I go for lunch, and it's usually in Nando's, and then just come over here quite early just to prepare, just to chill out. And you know, today we were here, I think it was about 4 hours before my match, just to chill out, just to watch a few games on the TV and try and get ready for tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Afternoon, Jonny. Congratulations today.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate we're still early into the World Championship up in a minute, but just I've got the top 4 of the Order Merit in front of me right now. That space between 10th and 4th especially is so tight, you know, like one good run can propel anyone into the Premier League just in the top 4. Is that something you've got your eye on at the minute?
I just want to get to world number 4. Hopefully with £1 million I get to world number 3. So, you know, obviously it's like, you think about it, you obviously think about it, you obviously look at rankings, you do, we all do. So, yeah, it's in the back of my mind. You know, I know if I don't produce good darts, I ain't going to win games. And, you know, I need to produce good darts to win games and get up that ladder another 2 steps if I can. So, yeah, hopefully.
You mentioned the £1 million prize as well, you know, given how exciting darts is at the minute. Do you ever think back to 2023 when you admitted you were close to walking away from the sport? Do you ever think back to that moment?
Hopefully now that time is gone, but I ain't gonna lie, I was leaving, so you know, I had no interest in darts whatsoever. But the smile is back on my face. It's a different time now. I'm enjoying myself once again, playing tournaments, smile on my face, shows on stage, so hopefully it carries on.
And just a final one for me as well. So like this afternoon we had Charlie Manby here after his game against Cameron, and he said, I'm still a bricklayer first and I'm a darts player second. You know, if I'm not mistaken, I think you were still a plasterer when you won the Premier League. You know, like how difficult is it to make that decision to give up the day job and fully
that was
focus?
quite easy because the council turned around and said, you've got to make a decision, either darts or come back to work. So I picked darts for some reason. No, that was quite easy. I miss work because it's just, when you're at home practicing all day, well, I don't practice all day, but you know, you're looking for things to do. When you're at work, you're basically doing things. So yeah, I missed that bit of it, but yeah, I think it was just taking your mind off darts, where now it's just everything is on darts. So I've taken up golf and I'm rubbish. So I'm trying to get that to take my mind off darts. So yeah, that's my thing now.
I completely understand. I'm terrible at golf myself as well. But when you're like a top level sportsman, do you sort of see darts as work in a way? Like when you go to practice, would you say, I don't know, I'm off to work now, or I've got work on the weekend? Like how do you sort of end up seeing the sport when it is your full-time job?
Yeah, it is work, obviously. But, you know, it's always been my hobby, but now it's my full-time job, isn't it? You know, if I don't put the time into it, I don't win money. So to me, that's your job. So, you know, a hobby has become my job. You know, hopefully it's going to be until I retire. If I win the million this year, I might retire. So it might be the end of Jonny Clayton. So who knows?
All the best, Jonny. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks.